Hey guys, um, this is Matt, Wormhole 42 on Twitch, gaming streamer, kinda. Haven't been doing it in a long time, haven't streamed in forever, haven't recorded any videos or made any content or done anything like that lately because I just haven't felt like it. And anybody who knows me knows that I have been struggling with these mental health issues for quite a while. I mean, it's almost like this is my life. The last 10 years have been, um, I have my computer repair business that I started in 2014, um, or 2015, I think. It was the same year I retired from the military. It was like 19 and a half years, and I had to do a medical retirement from my Air National Guard job, which I was a civilian full time, but I wore a uniform because I was a what they call a technician. Um, so it's like civil service job. So you wear a uniform, you're in service, but you get paid a government, or state um, wage grade. Um, so like I did that for 15 years. While I was part time for quite a while as well when I worked for a large aircraft manufacturer, very well known company in the world, and worked for them for about 7 or 8 years, I think it was total. Um, and I still maintained my, Air National Guard reserve status. So I was doing drill weekends and, ranking up and all that stuff, just going through the normal progression and just re-enlisting when my enlistment time was up every 3 to 4 or 6 years, and just whatever I decided at the time to do whenever I would re-up. But you know, I was like, well, I'm just if I can do it part time and keep it going, I get the benefits, later when I retire and stuff like that. But I ended up going back full time as a technician. Left the aircraft company I was working for and went full time civil service. Um, and then I had health problems and back surgeries and things like that because it was very strenuous. I just had, degenerative disc disease and, it just one thing after another, and kept losing people that I was close to. Parents passed and brothers I've had passed, and other friends in the military and service had passed due to different situations and accidents and things like that. So it just, compounded over time and time. It's just like, oh my god, who's gonna die next? And I pushed it out of my head. I didn't feel it. I didn't grieve properly for over a decade, and then it all came crashing down. And yeah, so now here, I mean, I've had my computer repair business. I've been retired from the military over 10 years. Since 2025 was 10 years. Um, and the computer repair business is it's just me. I'm a single sole operator. It's LLC. Um, but that has helped keep the bills paid sometimes when I'm able to work. When my back is acting up or my depression is too bad, I can't get out of bed. I just don't feel like it. I've struggled with motivation and all this stuff for so long that it's just, what do I do? What can I do better? Like I took actions into my own hands about 5 years ago, and I started going to a different doctor. I decided to get off all of my medications that I was on. I was on a lot, and it was making me a zombie, and uh, just was not good for my overall well-being and daily life. So I decided to take matters in my own hands and get off of medications. I also tried doing some other holistic type stuff. I was microdosing psilocybin mushrooms, which helped tremendously. Like, it breathed new life into my world. Like, I did a macro dose. It was probably 5 years ago or so. And that opened up a whole new world for me. Showed me that there's other pathways in my mind and in my life that I can go and try to do things better or differently. And yeah, that helped for a long time until about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, when you just can't. You have to be consistent with things, and that's one of my biggest struggles. Like, I've started a podcast after I started microdosing and got off of all my other medications and started feeling a lot better. I started a podcast, and I was doing okay with that, and I was learning how to edit and edit the audio and record the interviews I was doing with guests and friends and people that I know, and it was, really good time sometimes. And then the editing portion of it would take me forever because I'm also OCD, so OCD on top of ADHD. Really gets in the way when you're trying to do something, because I want to make it really, I want it to be done well. I don't want to do things and half-ass it, but then I end up half-assing it anyway, because I get so sick of sitting and at my desk and editing a video or editing audio for a podcast episode for hours on end, and my back ends up hurting so bad that I can barely walk after getting up. It's like, even if I sit down and edit for 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, and then get up and walk around for 5, 10 minutes, take a little break and come back, at the end of the day, I still been sitting. That accumulated time, even with the breaks in between, is just not good for me. The only thing that makes me feel okay, basically, is I recently got a new mattress, and that's been helping, but it makes me just not want to get out of bed, because it feels good to just not be in pain freaking constantly. So I don't know what to do now. Now I've got all these bill collectors and all this other stuff coming down on me. And I started a debt resolution program at the end of 2024. So the whole past year, 2025, I've been paying into that and sending them the documents for the bill collectors and, whatever. And they're supposed to be helping. Well, now I just got a call this morning saying that, that they have to increase it because I got 2 new offers for debt resolutions for two of my past debts. And see, that's not even on top of the other debts that I got. Like, they can't help you with, like, tax debt, and so I'm running my own business, and my taxes probably weren't done properly, even though I pay an accountant, which I also owe an accountant now as well, on top of the actual tax debt, the past tax that I owe, which is like getting close to like 4 or 5 grand. Like, where am I going to get that money? I don't have it. I don't have anything in my bank. I don't have any savings. I don't have jack shit, basically. And so why would I want to sit there and work on a hobby or like a podcast when I have all these stressors in life? Like, I just don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to create content because it's not going to make me any money. It's not going to help me pay my bills and get out of this hole that I'm in. Not to mention freaking child support and stuff like that too, that I'm also I owe a lot for that. And that kills me, makes me even more depressed, because I'm not able to fulfill my obligations, my commitments, my things that I am supposed to be doing and taking care of on a regular basis, because it's my responsibility. And if you can't take care of your responsibilities in life, do you know how that feels? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I try to stay positive. I try to maintain a positive outlook on life. But man, when you owe so much money to all these different people, and also owe like your ex, and it's, I don't have any ill feelings or anything like that. I want to be able to take care of my kids. I do. But when, like before 5 years ago, there was a period of time when I would basically never leave my bedroom, and I would just lay there and like either sleep or stare into nothingness with the weather channel on all the time. Like I just had weather playing. Like it wasn't even the real weather channel. It was like the fake one on some streaming channel thing. So it was like, now I follow a YouTube guy who's really good at weather, and that's interesting stuff. But what am I going to do? That's the thing. I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I need to change something. Something needs to change. Is creating content going to be the thing that can help me get out of this hole? Is it going to be something that I can show others or get other people on board with looking at my content to get some kind of inspiration? How are they going to get inspiration if I'm just sitting here complaining about how shitty my life is? And it's not even that my life is shitty, except for the pain and all that stuff that I have to deal with, or the mental health struggles that I'm always battling daily. It's I love my kids, I love my wife, I love my family, I love my friends, and I see them struggling sometimes, and it kills me that it feels like there's nothing I can do. I literally cannot do anything. I can't even leave my house now because my car is broke. My truck, I have a truck. I have an old 2002 F-150 that I've had since 2005. And my wife, my current wife, not my ex, but my current wife, she uses the one vehicle that we have to go to work, and I'm stuck at home all day. And I'm supposed to be setting up appointments for people's computers to repair for the current business, my LLC that I manage. And when there's no calls coming in, or I only get calls for things that I don't really do or don't want to mess with. I mean, last year was good for my company. I did a lot. I found some motivation, and I was able to pull in a lot of work, and that helped out tremendously. But it wasn't enough. It's not enough. Having 2 or 3 tasks or jobs or projects to work on during each week, where I maybe make like 1 week I made like $160 or something like that for like 2 or 3 projects, and then another week I made like 400. So it's like, okay, that helps with groceries or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So I've got all these different YouTube channels. I was working on a few. One was like a lo-fi beats, just a chill channel. I used some AI, made some graphics, and I went through and was just testing the grounds on this lo-fi music generator AI thing, and I really don't want to make AI slop, and I think that's basically what it ended up being. I have my podcast YouTube channel, which I just transferred all the episodes from Spotify to YouTube so that my episodes could get more traction there in the YouTube realm instead of just Spotify, because I don't want to use Spotify anymore either, because that's either way, it's just a podcast. It was a hobby. It's not a source of revenue income for me. And I have my gaming channel, which was Wormhole 42, which is where I was dumping all my highlights and past live stream uh, videos from Twitch. I would just port them over to YouTube so that I could basically save those past live streams. They're not edited. They're not actually anything good. It's not good gaming. I'm not good at gaming, but I was trying to be a Twitch streamer with gaming. But now I'm learning that the IRL stuff, or in real life Twitch streams, are another thing, and there's just chatting and other types. There's more than just gaming on Twitch. But like 6 or 7 years ago, when I learned about Twitch, I was like, I don't even play games. I'm not a big gamer. I love video games, and I've been collecting them for a long time. I mean, not recently because I can't afford it, but I love video games. I suck at them nowadays. I don't know if it's a motivation thing, or it's because I have ADD or OCD, and I try to do things perfectly that I don't understand when I'm like reading directions or trying to, I just don't have the mental capacity to play video games nowadays. Like, I can't. I look at a video game and it looks interesting, and I want to know what it's about and how it functions and how you can play it. And it seems like it would be fun. I just don't know how to have fun anymore. I don't have fun playing video games. When I get mad, like, I don't even get mad. I have like no feeling whatsoever. Like, the last time I played a video game where I had fun was, I like this one ninja game, Senran Kagura. It's like, and you just run around, and that was the last game I think I actually beat the game. Like, and that was like 8 years ago, maybe. So, like, since then, I haven't found a game that's similar that is as fun. I've tried playing games with other people online, like my friend Rob, shout out Big Rob029 on Twitch. He plays games and streams. He's really good, and he's a good friend. And I had a lot of fun playing, different games with him, Apex Legends and like Unrailed and a few different things, Jackbox Party games and things like that, that I tried to participate in to just be hanging out with a friend and not just sitting in my room watching TV and zoning out. Or, I mean, I love hanging out with my wife, and we watch a lot of shows, but that's just for a couple hours in the evening after, with dinner or after dinner. And then it's bedtime, and she's got to get up and work early in the morning. So it's, I gotta have insomnia on top of that. So it's like, I just freaking stay up all night. And I don't sleep much during the day, but I'll try to get a nap here and there. But it's just really wearing me down. I'm wearing down, and I don't know what to do. It's 2026 now. So do I start content or creating more content for YouTube? Do I have to start a whole new channel? Where do I put the videos? I don't want to put it on my gaming channel because it's just a bunch of dumb videos on there from my past gaming Twitch live streams that, just a place to store the videos essentially, and not just have them downloaded on the computer. That's why I started that, my Wormhole 42 YouTube channel. So I started that just to have a place to dump those live streams, because Twitch doesn't hold them forever, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm just going to start recording more and posting it to see what it does. If anybody else has any ideas, I could certainly use them. So if I do post this video somewhere, you can, post some comments down below or whatever if you have any ideas. I don't know, man. It's such a bummer, man. Like, to be this year, I'm going to be 50 years old. Can you believe that? I'm 49 right now, and is it too late to be trying to start a YouTube channel where I actually do something and try to help people? I'm like, how am I going to help people? I can barely help myself. I don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know. I've been watching tons of videos on YouTube about creating content, if you're over 40, and you just all this stuff. And it's just basically like, you have to create a mindset that you are going to start a business on YouTube. Like, YouTube is going to be your avenue or your arm for, reaching potential clients or whatever. I don't have a business to offer. I repair people's busted laptops and desktops, and I've been doing that since I was in my 20s, building computers. When I was back in the Marine Corps, active duty, and I learned that. And my last couple of years in the Marines, I went to school for basically IT stuff, but it was mainly I got like A+ certification through CompTIA, and that gave me the basics for hardware. And I've been installing operating systems and rebuilding computers and fixing broken laptops. And if somebody breaks their laptop screen, I can change out the LCD panel and you know uh, add RAM or a new hard drive, or format the hard drive, or if it's just running slow, I can do a cleanup and defrag the hard drive. You don't, nowadays everything's SSD, so you don't even have to defrag anymore. But a lot of people still have mechanical hard drives with their OS on it, and it's like it'd be like an 8-year-old laptop, and they can't get it. It's running so slow, so I end up defragging it for like 2 or 3 days straight just to get it to run better. And then I'll do a cleanup, and then I'll do an OS repair using command line tools like DISM and system file check and all that stuff. I can repair the system image and get it running better. But anyway, it's like I don't want to keep doing that. I'm actually really, really sick of working on computers. People call and they have the most weird, mundane issues that seem mundane and dumb to me because I've been doing this stuff for so long. But I understand how people can get frustrated and they just don't know how to fix their computer when it's acting up. So it's like, um, it's frustrating for them, but imagine it frustrating for me when I've been through the whole thing so many times. And it's like I get sick of explaining how to do basic stuff, and I don't want to explain it. So I try to get them to make an appointment, but they don't want to make an appointment because they want to know how much it costs. And then I tell them, and then they're like, oh no. So after like 10 minutes of talking to someone, so at this point, I don't even answer the phone. I changed my voicemail message on my business landline phone, so when people call, they know exactly what they're supposed to do. I tell them, they're asked to leave a message with a brief description of the problem, what type of computer it is, and their name and phone number, and then I'll get back to them to schedule an appointment. Also, I don't work on phones. I used to work on like tablets, and used to repair iPads and iPhones and all that. And I'm not doing it anymore. The newer phones, the phones that have come out in the past 5-6 years are damn near impossible to repair unless you have all this like specialized equipment and things like that. And it's just, I don't have the money to invest in special equipment, and I'm not going to do that anymore. iPhones, like, it was hit or miss. Sometimes I'd repair an iPhone. Well, I would say I'd fixed like 7 or 8 out of 10, because sometimes the issue might be like a TriStar chip, and I would have to send it to a buddy of mine that does micro soldering, and I'm like, I don't have the tools for that, so I can't fix that. If somebody just had their broken screen or something and they needed a screen repaired, so I would try to do that. When I had a shop, I did have a brick and mortar store for a while, and that ended up not working out. It was just way too expensive and not enough business. It's a small town I live in. There's like 3 small towns in a like 40-mile radius, 50-mile radius. I don't know. So there's just not a lot of work. There's a lot of people on a military base here and all that, but like, it's hit or miss. Business is in this area is like a roller coaster. Sometimes they'll be going up, and it's really good for like 2 or 3 months straight, and then all of a sudden, nothing for like 4 months, like nothing, no calls, no nothing. So in that time, maybe it just gives me more time to be depressed and not want to get out of bed, you know. So then those downtime that I have, I try working on other projects. I try to create content and things like that. But for the past year, I haven't felt like doing that. It doesn't help me at all. Like it might help others if I had content like when I was doing the podcast, and there might be some good information on there, but I don't think it was good enough to be a stream of income, or to and it sucks. I hate feeling like this. I hate feeling like I can't help other people because I can't help myself. It's like the whole, you're on a plane, and that you have if there's, in the event of emergency, the masks, the oxygen masks drop from the ceiling. They say put your mask on first before helping others, because if something happens to you, then obviously you can't help anybody. So you put your mask on first, and then try to help anybody's like next to you if they have trouble. I'm in a point right now where I can't get my gas mask on. So how can I help others if I can't even help myself out of this situation? I'm in this debt resolution program, and I just got a call this morning saying that they need to increase that because of the offers that I've gotten to pay these past like credit card debts. I was living off of credit cards. When you have to buy groceries and Christmas presents for your kids with credit cards, and then those bills add up, and then you can't pay that minimum amount or something, or you can only pay the minimum, then the interest kills you. So it's like like a never ending cycle. Anyway, if I do end up posting this video, if you have any ideas, just comment down in the comment section. Like and subscribe to the channel if I get a channel going that's going to have this kind of content. We'll see. I don't know. Anyways, I hope you're doing well. Sorry for complaining, and I just needed to kind of get all of this off my chest and see if I could record it, and if it would, even if this recording works, and trying out my new little mic thing here. Hopefully this works. Hopefully it's actually recording and not just talking to nothing, talking to myself, and have a silent video. Anyway, have a good one. We'll see you next time. Maybe. Peace.